Hello everyone, Cordell here. Today we are talking about everyone's favorite show, Bee and Puppycat. This video will encompass both the original YouTube series as well as the videos that are on Netflix, which are Lazy in Space. So this video is 16 facts, details, and funny moments about Bee and Puppycat. This should be one fact, detail, or funny moment for each episode of Lazy in Space. Number 1. Depending on what you've seen one or both of these fellows. And they are the task, if you will, of Bee and Puppycat's first job. In the original YouTube series pilot, it is a fish named Wallace. However, in Lazy in Space, he is replaced by a disembodied baby head, appropriately named Babyhead. I often wonder why they made the switch. Also, Puppycat says there were more parts to it last time, only raising more questions about Babyhead. Episode 2 is a hard one to pick a fact from. There's a lot of first appearances and hidden details to pick from, but I think the best thing is that Cardamon makes his first appearance here, and we find he has a different voice.
Touch my hair.
Yeah, okay,
That's toilet water.
Wow, she's royalty. The apartment complex doesn't allow pets.
Now, I actually had to dig around a bit to find evidence to confirm this, but it's actually the same voice actor, Alexander James Rodriguez. The difference is, he was like 6 or 7 when he made his first appearance in the YouTube series, and about 16 at the time of this video being made. So that would definitely explain why his voice was so different and a bit jarring to a lot of longtime fans. But I'm actually glad that they kept the same voice actor. I just really like when people do that kind of stuff. The third episode on Netflix is the equivalent to the 10th and final episode of the YouTube series. And in this episode we find out that Bee is a robot. Or at least a cyborg. It is implied in the YouTube series, in the Glitch Gorge episode, when they go to the arcade, that she started as a regular child, but then she got really sick, to the point that she was hardly ever even leaving the house. So I tend to lean towards she's a cyborg, and that whatever was making her sick was replaced to make her, part robot, to make her a cyborg. That's what I lean towards. In episode 4, we are in all new territory. In this episode, we find that Puppycat can't throw a punch, which, considering the different crazy things that they fight on a near daily basis, makes very little sense. And this is something that I'm going to have to look into on my next watch through of the series. Does Puppycat often punch enemies and they seem affected? Or am I completely missing that he almost never actually punches? This is something I'm going to have to try and watch for on my next watch through of the series. Episode 5, Lazy in Space, might be my favorite of the entire series, and it's really hard to pick one thing to talk about for it. But perhaps my favorite thing is when Toast announces her pregnancy, and briefly at the end of the series, we see she has twins. Likely a boy and a girl, because they're, pink blanket and their blue blanket. Episode 6 doesn't really have a whole lot of hidden stuff and fun facts to pick from, so I just picked one of the funniest scenes from the episode. Episode 7 starts with a recipe with no measurements, and honestly, the more I look at it, the less appetizing it sounds and the more confused I become. It looks like it should be tea. It looks like it should have a tea bag in it, but it mentions no tea. It doesn't make much sense to me. It doesn't sound very appetizing to me, but If you've tried this, please let me know, I am curious, or even if you've tried something similar. Episode 8 is another one of my favorite episodes. In this one we see Puppycat remember his time as the space outlaw, working with someone named Violet, and a baby. While it is not 100% confirmed, I want to make this clear, it's not 100% confirmed, most people believe that this baby is actually Bee's dad. Number 9. Maybe I should actually try to pick a favorite episode, because I think this is like the third time that I've said this is one of my favorite episodes. It's appropriately titled My Favorite. In this episode we find Pretty Patrick is actually the mayor of the island, and while on vacation he got a baby.
It's the rice with mashed potatoes. My favorite food. I went on vacation a little while ago. Sometimes work can be stressful. Oh yeah, I got a baby on vacation.
Pretty Patrick got a baby? What? Where do you just get a baby in the middle of summer?
What do they mean by got a baby? Bee asking, where do you just get a baby in the middle of summer, only raises more questions. In episode 10, we briefly see a small hidden detail. A picture of Bee, Cardamon, and his mom awake. Cardamon seems to be a baby, and Bee seems to be about the same, maybe slightly younger. It's hard to tell because it's not a very detailed picture. But this means that Bee knows Cardamon and his mom well enough to be included in their family pictures. Number 11. We see Cass have her first kiss. Kinda. And she's ready to make it official and call him her boyfriend.
Ow.
I can't believe that was my first kiss.
You.
Oh, wait, well, I had my first kiss today.
Bird? Well, I don't think that counts since birds don't have lips.
Huh, that's true. You're pretty smart. See ya.
Sticky no. Sticky no.
Hey! My boyfriend! I mean, bird friend. Bird friend!
In episode 12, we learn all about one of the wizard siblings, Crispin. This episode explains why he likes clowns, but most importantly, it shows that Bee and Crispin used to be a couple.
That's a date. If we go somewhere and you plan it out, that makes it a date.
Yeah, let's go on a date. Whatever. We've done it before and it was fun.
Yeah, for you. Now I get to be the lady.
It's not entirely clear why they broke up, but this is very interesting to me,
Can you at least pretend to be sad?
I am sad.
and it does show that they still have some chemistry. And at the final episode of the series, we do see that Crispin tries to ask a part of her out again. Number 13. The fish that Wesley catches shares a name of a real-world fish, which sadly doesn't look much like its show counterpart. In episode 14, we meet a young girl named Claire. She seems to have, and excuse me if I pronounce this wrong, vitiligo, or some other pigmentation condition, as she has a small spot of differently colored skin next to her eye. In episode 15, it is revealed why Cardamon's mom is crying these weird tears.
You can't use my crystals to make people do things. You can only wish for stuff for yourself, really.
Oh.
The dog ate some. And her tears have crystal molecules in them too, so I'm guessing she ate some as well. They split it. That's why neither of them got exactly what they wanted out of their wish.
And lastly, number 16. Episode 16 is another hard one to pick a single thing from, as the final episode, it has a lot of stuff revealed, as well as a lot of really good jokes. But I think the best thing to mention is that Cardamon's mom wakes up and it's revealed that she is Violet, the girl that I mentioned briefly in one of the previous facts.
This
place is a mess. What did you do?
And that the entire island is actually their spaceship. This means she must be very old. Older than Bee's dad, old enough for the spaceship to be landed long enough to be covered in dirt and trees. It only raises the question of just how old Bee, Cardamon's mom, Cardamon, Bee's dad, pretty much the main few characters. It just raises the question of just how old they are. Anywho, I don't want to make this video too long. I hate when like top 10, top 20 fact videos get really long. So I just wanted to keep this short and sweet. And next time if I do another video about Bee and Puppycat, I'm going to make it less facts because I had to dig through every episode in the series and find one thing about it, which some episodes have a lot of things that I can mention, some episodes have barely anything to mention. But that's just how it is sometimes. But I really wanted to try and do a video with at least one thing from every episode, and I've succeeded with it. If I do something similar again in the future, I'm not going to do 16, I'm probably going to do 5 or 10. But if you've liked this video, then this has been 16 facts and details and funny moments from Bee and Puppycat. I did decide to do this video because I really like the series, and I'm excited to see more when they do eventually come out with more, which I am hoping very much that they do. And I just love this series, and I'm excited for more. If you've enjoyed this video, then please like and subscribe if you see it fit, and let me know in the comment section below what you think about all this.